Hello, welcome to Seekers of the Stones. Tonight's episode is coral. Coral was known as slivers from the sea or doorway to the mountains in ancient China. It appears as small branch-like pieces. Large whole specimens have branches and many holes. The more branches it has, the more valued it is. It can be pink, white, red, yellow, or greenish blue. The pink varieties are the most prized, while the red varieties are the most expensive. Dark red coral is known as oxblood coral. Light pink coral is known as angel skin. Red coral relates to blood, while white coral relates to yin, hormonal fluids. White coral is sometimes dyed to appear red, although it has the same therapeutic qualities as red coral. A variety of black coral can be found growing in Hawaii. It is their state stone. Coral comes from the sea and is associated with the water element and the kidney meridian. It grows in shallow tropical waters in seabeds. Most species collected today come from the Mediterranean. Coral reefs are important. They provide food for humans as well as marine life, and a habitat for 25% of marine species. They protect the coasts and beaches from wave erosion and assist in carbon and nitrogen fixing. They also recycle nutrients back into the ocean. Due to climate change and overcollection, many countries have established limits for harvest. In ancient times, an iron grid was lowered to the bottom of the sea, and within a year's time, coral would grow 2 to 3 feet high within it. The grid would be retrieved and the coral would be harvested from it. Chemically, coral is composed of calcium carbonate. The presence of calcium gives it a calming and alkalizing effect. Coral has an amorphous crystal structure with branches that grow in no particular order. Energetically, it directs heat downward and acts as a diuretic. It traverses the 8 extraordinary meridians in general, but acts specifically on the penetrating or Chang meridian. Let's see what the functions and uses are. And it is amorphous, meaning it has no form, and comes from the sea as well as pearl in the amorphous category. It is associated with the water element and the water meridians, the kidney and bladder. Amorphous stones tend to be formless, flexible, and impose no agenda. They represent the lesson of learning to be gentle with oneself. They are used to treat the 8 extraordinary meridians and problems associated on those channels. They help release established patterns of behavior, help us remain objective about ourselves, calm the spirit, expel and extinguish wind, and are used for seizures, migraines, and dreaming of new possibilities. Amorphous crystals need to touch the skin to be effective. They are used in combination with other stones as an associate stone because they impose no action upon us. Here are the 8 extraordinary meridians. Coral resonates with points along the Chang meridian, pictured forth from the left. The Materia Medica from ancient Tang dynasty mentions coral as a substance that moves static blood, benefits the eyes, and relieves epilepsy. Coral establishes communication between the heart and kidney meridians, calms the spirit, and anchors the heart chi back to the kidneys. It is able to address issues related to the Chang meridian. It is indicated for running piglet chi, a sensation of a foreign object traveling upward and staying lodged in the throat, as well as panic attacks, palpitations, post-traumatic stress disorder, unresolved core emotional issues, seizures, and epilepsy. Coral nourishes yin and reconstitutes the vital substances of the body. It can be beneficial for osteoporosis, Alzheimer's disease, children with intellectual disabilities, and symptoms of menopause, such as heat in the 5 centers, meaning the palms, soles of the feet, and chest, hot flashes, and night sweats. As well as nourishing yin, coral stimulates kidney yang, the warming energy of the kidneys, and is beneficial for people who have adrenal exhaustion. Symptoms of adrenal fatigue may include constant tiredness, brain fog, irritability, sugar or salt cravings, difficulty waking up in the morning, or unexplained fluctuations in weight. Coral cools heat in the blood and breaks up blood that is stagnant. It can be used for dysmenorrhea, heavy menstrual bleeding caused by excess heat in the liver channel, urinary bleeding, symptoms of empty heat, which include a feeling of heat that occurs only in the evenings, night sweats, and red cheeks, visual disturbances such as glaucoma or vitreous opacity, and varicose veins or spider veins. Coral extinguishes wind and is indicated for neurological conditions and post-vaccination issues. It drains damp heat and is useful for genital herpes, prostatitis, and running piglet chi due to damp heat, stagnating in the lower regions of the body. Dampness is seen with a red tongue and yellow tongue coating, by the way, and it is caused by consuming starch, dairy, and sugar, or being sedentary or living in a damp environment. On an emotional level, coral brings fresh blood to a belief in endless possibilities. So what are the practical applications? Red coral resonates with the first point of the heart meridian, summit spring, located in the center of the armpit. Running piglet chi occurs when dampness and heat accumulate and stagnate in the lower body. As the heat escapes and rushes upwards, it can cause feelings of discomfort and a sensation of energy rushing upwards to the chest and staying lodged in the throat. To treat this condition, a piece of coral can be placed on the navel and heated with indirect moxibustion or a far infrared heat lamp to draw the yang energy into the belt channel and encourage damp heat to drain downward. Here is a picture of the belt channel on the right. Please be careful using this protocol if you're diabetic, because it is hard to sense heat on the skin. You can play with coral during a therapy session or during past life regression to retrieve memories important to this lifetime, or to reclaim childhood memories. Wear a bracelet or amulet made of coral to address the signs and symptoms of menopause. A red coral amulet is beneficial for people who are always losing or forgetting things. What are the internal applications? Well, long-term consumption of coral elixir promotes happiness and longevity. I've done another video on this, which I will link at the end, all about how to make an elixir. Coral elixir can be taken to clear heat in the blood, or before bed to induce images of past incarnations. A A coral elixir made with distilled water can be used as an eye wash. Suck on a piece of coral to access the deeper source or yuan level and influence the essence. Coral and pearl complement each other well, and I've done a video on pearl, which you can see in my slideshows on amorphous crystals. Cleanse coral in salt water and dry it in a bed of sea salt. Recharge it overnight under the moonlight to help it absorb back the yin. And here are some images of coral. Thank you for joining me tonight on Secrets of the Stones. Hope you're having a wonderful day or evening, and I'll see you next time.